We are joined by Ahmed Maharem, who is a journalist and political analyst with a keen understanding of the community resilience and disaster response. Thank you for joining us here on the program. Based on the latest updates, how would you assess the effectiveness of the firefighting and the situation on the ground?
The situation in Los Angeles, California is very critical, and the authorities are expecting till upcoming Wednesday. There is a very high speed of the wind, and they are optimistically are not expecting something will be better than what they are facing. The main course is, this is not the first time, and I think also it will not going to be the last time that California, especially Los Angeles, used to face such a kind of dramatic accident. Usually the city and the authorities are expecting such a thing, and there is some FDFT say that we were expecting, but we were not ready to face it. Like they said, we cannot guarantee that we can control the whole thing. We succeed to control 10% of the situation. California and Los Angeles economy is very important to the American economy and to the world. It is equal to the economy of, or the outcome of Japan. 1918, it was the damage $13 billion. This time it is exceeding $100 billion. This city, or this California, per year 270 millions locally from different states in America are visiting it, plus 20 millions are coming from overseas. What happened is exactly kind of disaster. They are trying to find a different reason apart from the global exchange. They realized that the budget of the fire department was less this year, or the government deducted $17 billion from the budget of.
Okay, and going into the, how they can change things perhaps in the future. Evacuation orders have affected over 180,000 people. Are there measures that the authorities could take to improve evacuation planning for the future?
I think the importance of the accident, President Biden canceled his visit to Italy, Rome, and he announced that the federal government will take care of the expenses of this damage. One of the problems is the insurance company are facing very hard time to cover all this, and some of those companies are already ready to leave this city or the capital of California. Again, I think one of the other problem is the water storage, and the water pumps were not in a good position to help the firefighter. I think 100% support from the federal government, as President Biden said. It could be a kind of assistance, but again, the tragedy of what's happening is something never happened before. It's really huge.
Let me just ask you about the insurance companies. Is it true that many insurance companies in that area of California refuse to insure based on fire?
Not only California because of the fire, but also Florida, because there is a lot of flooding happening in Florida. The main very important and successful insurance company for the last few years, they faced a huge problem to cover this kind of settlement financially. So some of them are giving not 100% of the bill. They maybe give a short half of it, 3/4 of it. So there is main companies in insurance are coming out of the market. That's very critical, but it seems like it's true.
The psychological and economic toll of these disasters is immense. Are there strategies in place to help the communities rebuild?
Well, the economy of America is like $23 billion, $28 billion per year. So I think that amount of damage, consider it can be covered by all means. It may take some more time. It may get some other assistance from the federal government or from other cities and states. But within a short time, I think it will be recovered somehow.
Is there talk of climate change in America? I know it's a very hot topic or a very controversial topic in the United States. But do people where you are believe that climate change is playing a role in exacerbating these kind of wildfires in California? And you mentioned as well the floods in Florida.
I assume one of the main could be reasonable and good reasons because since 2016, the conference of such a climate change took place in Paris. We remember that the whole world are depending on the big countries to contribute on a budget to help the other country, the poor country in that. I think Trump withdrew from that, and this is a very critical time. Is Trump will continue to withdraw from this kind of agreement? I doubt much. I think maybe something else America and other big countries has to do.
Going back to these fires themselves, Mr. Maharem, what are the biggest logistical challenges facing the firefighters on the ground?
Well, I think partly the wind, it will continue till Wednesday. Secondly, the supply of water is not enough. Thirdly, they are depending on National Guard and some other Air Force to assist. So the shortage of water, the speed of the wind, plus there is a shortage also of the number of manpower, the personality, they supposed to, to face such a tragedy. I think they are demanding on some support from manpower and personnel from other cities and states as well.
And in your opinion, how should federal and state governments balance immediate response efforts with the long-term preventative measures that need to be taken? Is it a federal issue or is this a state issue? I realize that on places like Fox News and Donald Trump himself criticizing the governor of California, Gavin Newsom. Is this a state issue, a federal issue? Should the whole country be chipping in for this?
Actually, it could be both. It could be budget federal, it could be city and states. But again, this is not the right time that Democrat and Republican has to fight on such an issues. It's a big issue. All the countries, all the people are suffering from. And I think it will take a time and time frame very sensitive in this issue. I think something wrong with the administration, not only in Biden's and Trump, but usually for years, we heard from the media that there is so many millions and billions of dollars are going out of the country, going to support other countries, to support the world around water, around the world, to assist Israel in a matter, to assist Ukraine in the Russian aggression with her. But again, there is big suffering from the infrastructure of the United States, bridges, tunnels, roads. There is other priorities. I think the upcoming administration has to give a priority to give a good hand to the insufficient infrastructure around the world, around the country.
Well, thank you very much for joining us here on Qnews, Ahmed Maharem, for shedding some light on this devastating issue in California.